This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The daily podcasts are Ken and Ken in the Morning, Lions Talk with Smokin Jeremy B, Wrestling Roundup, The Big Football Show, and more, Shield TV, Lions Villain Report, and Red Zone Rant. The afternoon podcasts are Valhalla, Grosef Sports, WCFL Dolphins Talk, The Cheap Seats, The Bodkin Show, Spirit of Detroit Podcast, and Maniacs. The nightly podcasts are Palace Hall Report, Frozen Tundra Network, Skull Gang 365, The Huddle Sports Network Open Mic, First and 10 with Fars, Main Event Football Show, Prime Sports World, The Man Cave, Prim and Proper Sports. Spitballing Podcast, Lions Fan Cave Chat, Puckett, 313 Den Podcast, The Guys Huddle, Shots from the Sideline, Let's Talk Sports, The Michigan Truth Sports Podcast, Off the Rails, NFC Northeast, Power Hours, and Detroit Lions News. Make sure you follow, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Hope you like all the shows.
You didn't know? You better call somebody.
Yeah, you better call somebody. You better get them here. It's time for Wrestletalk with me, Ralph Williams, and Smokin Jim Frazir. I want to apologize for last week. I was unable to put the show on last week. I was, I was kind of what they call frustrated about some things, and I didn't want to bring my frustration here to the show and kill the momentum of the show. So I didn't want to do that. So that's one of the reasons why we didn't have a show last week at all, either one last week. So I just want to let everyone know that as well. And by phone, my co-host, Smokin Jim Frazir. Smokin Jim, welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks, Ralph. It's my most favorite thing to do all week, brother.
Oh, I know it is. I know you enjoyed it. And it's likewise with me as well, being part of the show here with Smokin Jim and his knowledge. And he's a great co-host and also has a lot of things. Smokin Jim, also, I forgot to mention, on the Sports Corner Show, will be on tonight at 7 o'clock p.m. on the Bethel Park TV network. If you live in Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, you can pick it up there on their cable system. It's Al Levine, the Talking Machine, Mike Rohde, Chip Hayner, and Smokin Jim Frazir, all part of the Pittsburgh Sports Line show at 7 o'clock every Tuesday on Bethel Park TV, and also on YouTube and Facebook pages as well for Bethel Park TV and for Pittsburgh Sports Line. So just to let everyone know, you want to tune in later on and see what Smokin Jim has to say. Smokin Jim's Almanac. So we'll see what he has to say. So, all right. We're in the Mata Heating and Air Conditioning Studios here at Studio 10 in Berlin, Maryland, 724-201-0500. Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. And we're also sponsored by Mike Dotson Realty, Ocean City, Maryland, area code 410-596-1681. Mike Dotson Realty, Ocean City, Maryland. Look, the fall season is here. It's the best time to come down here. There's nobody on the boardwalk. You can practically have it to yourself almost. And guess what? Not only that, you can come down here and get a rental from Mike. Call him today, 410-596-1681. Mike Dotson Realty. And anytime you call any of my sponsors, you tell them that Ralph Williams sent you. All right. And don't worry, they won't charge you double. I used to go to Kenny Ross in Pittsburgh, and I used to say Aunt Penny sent me. They charged me double. So there you go. All right. Okay. Also, our new sponsor, Carey Insurance Group, down here in Berlin, Maryland, and across the Delmarva region here. Carey Insurance, call Steve, 302-642-6201. That number again, 302-642-6201. Call Steve. He has all your insurance needs in the Delmarva area as well. All right, Smokin Jim, let's get started. Where do you want to start? You want to start with Crown Jewel, last night's Raw, AEW? We got a lot to talk about here. MLW, Matt Riddle turning heel. Bishop Dyer, formerly known as Baron Corbin, starting to compete for championships down there. And also Zilla Fatu has left. Has left. The wrestling companies he was with. I believe he's going to probably move on to the WWE soon. Team up with Roman Reigns or somebody up in the WWE ranks. Your thoughts, Smokin' Jim, on Matt Riddle turning heel, Bishop Dyer, formerly known as Baron Corbin, starting to compete, and we'll talk about TNA next. The big match was on Saturday, it was on Saturday. The big match, the Hardys versus the Dudleys, and we'll talk about that as well. Go ahead, Smokin' Jim.
I tell you, Ralph, there's so much going on in wrestling. I was surprised to hear that Riddle turned heel, but I think it was a prediction that you made a few weeks back, and like most of your predictions, 90% of them come true.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sometimes a change of going from babyface to heel might work for you better. We've seen that in the WWE, AEW, how some people have turned heel. Oh, by the way, I want to wish a very happy birthday yesterday to Don Callis. His birthday was yesterday, Smokin' Jim. That's your buddy there, Baldy Don there, Callis. So
the best of the best.
Yes, absolutely. His family's getting bigger and bigger, man, bigger and bigger. I can't say, that he's putting together one heck of a family there. And all right, let's get started, Smokin' Jim. Last night's Raw, the ending was very surprising. I believe it or not, I almost fell out of my wheelchair. Your thoughts on last night's Raw with Seth Rollins getting kicked out of the Vision? Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed decided to, get away from Seth Rollins. Now, if you watched Raw at the beginning, Seth Rollins said he didn't need them two guys to fight. All right. So he's done that. He's been arrogant, and he's also been insulting to these guys as well as complimentary. You can't do both. You can't have your cake and eat it too. If you're going to compliment these guys, that's fine. Go ahead and do that. But don't go around saying, "Oh, I really don't need you guys." You know what I mean? I mean, to me, that's just, you just don't do that. And I heard he got arrogant. He was fighting there were some things going on behind the scenes. And I don't know what to say here, Smokin' Jim, but go ahead. I'll get your thoughts first before I move into
it. It caught me by surprise, but I've been hearing some of the similar things as well. Everything Seth Rollins this, Seth Rollins that, when he talks, and I'm thinking to myself, you might be rubbing these guys the wrong way, but I definitely didn't see them doing what they did, or did I see the Wizard turning his back on Seth Rollins as well, Paul Heyman. So it was a shocker, man. But I tell you what, moving forward, they could definitely be tag team champion and maybe individual champions as well. So, if Paul Heyman's going with those two guys, he probably got plans for them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay, I want to talk about the Pros of Wrestling. They have an event coming up November the 8th. Let me kind of shorten this down a little bit here. It's coming up November the 8th. They will be, hold on a minute, I got to shorten this down. There we go. All right, at the Ross Township Recreation Center, 7:30 p.m. bell time. Pros of Wrestling, Dan Polinsky. Come and support his wrestling group and all the independent wrestlers in the Western Pennsylvania area and along the Delmarva area here. There's Maryland Independent Wrestling. Support them as well. But I want you to support my man, Dan Polinsky, who happens to be the father, and I have the luxury of being friends with him and his family. The luxury of, he's the father of Corey Graves. So there you are, Saturday, November 8th, 7:30 p.m., Ross Township Recreation Center. That is where they had the event, Smokin' Jim, in honor of Bruno Sammartino last year. That was that event there. It was at the Ross Township Recreation Center. So head on over there for that as well. And I want to say the last two events are coming up. Go on KSWA or KSWA's website, Keystone State Wrestling Alliance or Association. Bobby O, Trapper Tom, and them are wrapping it up. So, get ready to wrap up everything. They have two more events left. So go check out their events at the Langley Post in the Sheridan section of the city of Pittsburgh. And so make sure you have a bulletproof vest too when you get out of your car. So just to let you know. All right. Oh, all right. So anyway, all right, Smokin' Jim. My thoughts on this was, as I mentioned, Seth Rollins' arrogance. And, you got to be careful when you're in a faction like that. You can't, look at what happened with Roman Reigns and the Bloodline, the Usos. You heard what Jay said. Roman only worries about himself. And when he had the Bloodline, he treated the Usos and he treated Solo Sikoa and he treated everybody like crap. And Seth Rollins just did the same exact thing here, Smokin' Jim. And I believe that's why this faction's broken up. I believe that's what happened. But there's a rumor going around, and I saw some footage of Seth Rollins immediately talking to Roman Reigns in the back after the Raw last night, asking for, and who knows, I'm hearing inklings too that Jon Moxley is on his way out of AEW, that he is unhappy with the creative things that are going on there, and he may be on his way out. We could see a Shield reunion added. There's going to be a fourth man. The story I'm hearing, CM Punk. I know him and Reigns don't get along, but you know what? For the good of going after Paul Heyman, that could happen. Your thoughts on that, Smokin' Jim? Where do you think Seth Rollins goes with this now?
Man, I got to get your opinion on that one, brother. I'm not sure.
Well, you know what? I hate to say this, as much as he's called, Roman Reigns a tyrant, didn't want to help out last year's Survivor Series when the Usos went to him and said, "Look, we need another man." And Paul Heyman pulled CM Punk out of the hat with a favor. We all saw what the favor was. All right. But I think Seth Rollins does reach out to Roman Reigns. I think them two together, along with CM Punk and maybe one other person, perhaps maybe one of the Usos will come around. I don't know. Okay. But I think they're going to have to get another Shield together or some sort of a bloodline to go after these guys, because from what I'm hearing, Paul Heyman's adding a couple more people to this vision. And if he does that, he's going to have a really good faction. I'm hearing Brock Lesnar's name mentioned out there, but Brock Lesnar has a bad habit of not playing well with others. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not. And I don't know who he has on the back burner for that as well. But your thoughts on this? Where do you think he goes?
Again, I'm clueless. I'm just following your lead because it caught me completely.
It caught us both off. It caught us both off guard. I mean, it really did. I didn't expect that to happen. And and here's the thing: I saw it on the internet from some good, prominent people who I get information from off the internet, and I didn't believe it. I saw this is somebody with AI or somebody playing games or whatever. You know what I mean? This ain't gonna happen, and it did. And I was like, whoa, you know what I mean? So I kind of was really surprised about that as well. Last night's Raw, Rhea Ripley was going up against Kairi Sane. I knew this was going to get out of control with this match because of Asuka. And at the end, the Kabuki Warriors ended up doing a number on Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Your thoughts on that match?
Man, I tell you what, man, you couldn't ask for anything more exciting, man. It was, bang them, knock them down, kick them down, fly them down, flip them down, man. It was just an unbelievable match, man. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and also I enjoyed the Dirty Dom match that I thought he actually was going to lose until he went and he got the damn ring bell hammer. Oh, my gosh.
When he got that Rolex watch.
Yeah, the Rolex watch, too. Yeah. Yeah, that's another story. But anyway, yeah, so But anyway, Dirty Dom, he's on a roll right now, but I don't know. Rusev is looking for a championship, and his target is Dirty Dom. And next week on Raw, it's going to be Dirty Dom versus Rusev again for the Intercontinental title. And also, the tag team titles are going to be up. Judgment Day might be empty, well, except for Dirty Dom's Triple A Championship. But anyway, it might be empty because JD McDomo and Finn Balor are going to go up against the AJ Styles and Dragon Lee next week for the titles. That's going to be interesting Raw next week, Smokin' Jim. Those two matches alone make that card. And then let's talk about this triple threat match last night. I knew this was going to get out of control. LA Knight. Actually, I'm Ralph Williams, and let me talk to you. All right. So anyway, LA Knight, CM Punk, Jey Uso. We're back to the same three guys for the number one contendership. And now it's going to be CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. What's your thoughts on this match?
Ooh, I think Seth Rollins would rather die than lose to CM Punk.
Yeah,
he don't have to. Yeah. He don't have the reinforcements. I tell you what, man. I want to say CM Punk, but Seth will come up with something, whether if it's his wife or something else.
Yeah, he might even involve his dog or something, or his child.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He always has something, man. So, he always got a plan B, man.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So we'll see where this match goes. This might be the time for CM Punk now. We'll see. We will find out. WWE, Triple H, Paul Lefebvre, and the rest of the gang there, they all come up with some of these storylines that'll. I didn't expect that. I'm still shocked that today. I haven't gotten over what I saw last night. I couldn't believe that they actually turned on Seth Rollins, but from the stories that I told you earlier, I can believe it. Real quick here, I want to send my congratulations out to the Hardys. They now have 4 tag team belts from 4 different wrestling companies, including the NXT tag team belts. They have the TNA belts. They have 2 other championship belts from 2 other companies. I guess the Smokin' Jim, the Hardys are trying to soak up everything they can because from what I'm understanding, they're planning on also retiring like John Cena. We'll find out what happens here, but I want to congratulate them in their match. They beat the Dudleys on Saturday, and the Dudleys said they're done. There's no more Dudley boys. So what are your thoughts on this match that happened on Saturday? And the Hardys pulled it off.
Wow. You were saying that the Hardys may be coming to the WWE to finish out the career.
Yeah.
So this be good momentum. I wasn't surprised by the victory at all.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think now it's time for the Dudleys to go bye-byes. No offense to the Dudleys. I've met Bully Ray myself personally when he was working as a wrestling coach for ROH. And he was there with his wife, who happens to be Velvet Sky. And also, I want to congratulate her and the Filthy Animals. They got put into the TNA Hall of Fame, Smokin' Jim. I want to congratulate them as well. So let's give a congratulations to them for getting into the TNA Hall of Fame. So there you are. All right, guys. Wow. All right, Smokin' Jim. Sorry about that, guys and gals out there. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, X, and the Kick Network. We're also live on Facebook. So if you have any comments you want to bring up that pertains to the show here, all right, that's what comments we'll accept here today also as well. And Smokin' Jim, let's get started. Crown Jewel, what was your thoughts on it?
Go ahead and lead off, and I'll fill in, brother.
Bubba Brewer brought something up on his Facebook page, and Bubba's the president and owner of Allied Powers Wrestling Federation. They wrestle in Indiana and Johnstown and places like that. He said it blank that he thought this was probably one of the not so good pay-per-views. And you know what? I sort of agree with them a little bit on this. I didn't expect Stephanie Valkyrie to win that thing. I knew they had plans for her. I thought Tiffy was going to take it. And now, Smokin' Jim, I have a new respect for Tiffany Stratton. She has really carried this belt well, better than I thought, actually. She's outsmarted her opponents, and she beats Nia Jax every time. So to beat Nia Jax and whatnot, that's a lot. And so what I'm saying is I respect Tiffy, and I actually was hoping she would win this match, but they gave it to Stephanie Valkyrie. She's up and coming. She's only been wrestling for 16 months. And the story I heard was she's worked her way up to this, and she deserves it. She won the match. She's now the Crown Jewel Women's Championship next week. She's going up against Roxanne Perez, for the title on Monday Night Raw. Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez, they can't seem to keep their nose out of everybody else's business and worry about their own faction, the Judgment Day, which is I'm told is about ready to start folding up shop here. I'm hearing Liv Morgan's coming back. There's going to be some rift between her and Roxanne and Dirty Dom and some other stuff going on in the group. But I've heard those stories before, Smokin' Jim, and they're still there, still doing their thing. But, Roxanne Perez wants to take the opportunity to go up against Stephanie Valkyrie next week at the on Raw. But I thought it was an okay pay-per-view, but I wasn't real, what they call, impressed with it. It was nice to see John Cena against AJ Styles. That was a good match. He's got a couple more matches to go. I'm hearing he's going to be involved with the Survivor Series team, whether it be with Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes. No one seems to know, but I'm hearing he may be involved in a War Games match or some kind of a match, and he's got 2 more events to go. Your thoughts, Smokin' Jim, on the retirement of John Cena and where he goes from there?
Well, I'm happy for him. I mean, he's a international star, not just in wrestling, but in the picture industry and film. Hey, listen, this guy worked his tail off. He started at the bottom, worked his way all the way to the top. He's going to go down in history as one of the all-time great professional wrestlers. And he, even though he's retiring from wrestling, he's not retiring from the film industry. Look at Sylvester Stallone. He still has
Tulsa King. That's my favorite show, man.
Yeah, man, I love it too.
I love Tulsa King.
Tulsa King. Yeah,
oh, that's the show, man. Mayor of Kingstown's coming up too. Speaking of that, that's the Mayor of Kingstown. You got to watch that on Paramount Plus. Mayor of Kingstown.
Is that a good one?
It's a good one. It's got Jeremy Renner in it. He plays as a what they call a inmate advocate. He plays in that, but they call him the Mayor of Kingstown because he gets everything he wants. Jeremy Renner. This year, Edie Falco's in it. She plays the new warden at the prison. It was filmed at Western Penitentiary over in Brighton Heights. So it's been filmed all over Pittsburgh, mostly in Braddock, most of in the Mon Valley communities. So when there's a problem in the prison with an inmate, they go to see Mike McCluskey and his family. His brother, at the end of season 3 here, just got arrested for shooting another cop that he couldn't stand on the force, and now his brother's in jail. It's you got to watch it from the beginning to understand it, Smokin' Jim, but it's a very good program. You need to check it out. Mayor of Kingstown. So, plus it's filmed in Pittsburgh. The first season was not. The second and third seasons were. So, you need to check it out. It's a really good show. It's got Jeremy Renner in it. So you'll like it. So check it out. Paramount Plus got some good shows, Smokin' Jim, while we're on that. They got this show called Landman with Billy Bob Thornton. He plays I think a sheriff or somebody involved in oil, and it's called Landman. It's supposed to be really good. So, check that out too. So, you remember Billy Bob Thornton? He was in the movie Faster with The Rock.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah, he was that junkie,
actor.
that junkie detective, remember? Yeah, he was, yeah.
Yeah, he's a good actor, yeah.
All right, we got somebody here. Lamar Pack 13 says hello. Hello, Lamar Pack. Thank you for being part of the program. And we're here at Wrestletalk every single Tuesday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. with me, Ralph Williams, Smokin, Jim Frazir. And we talk wrestling, professional wrestling, and I'm working on getting some Maryland independent guys on here and some of the other independents from Western Pennsylvania. Where now that I've gotten everything all where I need it to be here in my house here in Berlin, Maryland, and so on and so forth. So as you can see, I'm not wearing my sunglasses. My eyes getting a little bit better. So I'm not wearing my sunglasses now, so that's a good thing. And Smokin Jim saw me when I was up in Pittsburgh with the sunglasses. So but anyway, so all right, let's get back to the Crown Jewel pay-per-view. I thought the Rhea Ripley Io Sky match was pretty good. They beat the Kabuki Warriors. That was a decent match. Tiffy versus Stephanie Valcour wasn't a bad match. But the Seth Rollins match where he used a Rolex watch to beat Cody Rhodes, that was pretty innovative. I didn't expect that to happen, but it did. But here's what I didn't expect. I thought Roman Reigns was going to beat Bronson Reed. Oh my God, Bronson Reed really just manhandled Roman Reigns in that match. Your thoughts on that match?
Woo, man. I was thinking the same way you were, man. Yeah, it really surprised me. It really shocked me as well.
Yeah, it was.
Well,
There were some shocking things that happened at Crown Jewel that I actually. That was one of them right there. I didn't expect Seth Rollins to pull out a Rolex watch to win that match. You know what I'm saying? And but he had to because he didn't have the guys with him. So I mean, and I think he wanted. That was another story. He wanted to fight that match on his own, and but Paul Heyman helped him out with the Rolex, and Heyman's been getting involved in these matches lately. I've noticed that as well. He used to just stay there and just cheer him on. Now he's starting to get involved a little bit, and but we'll go from there. But your thoughts on this Crown Jewel? We went over pretty much all the matches here. What was your thought on it? I give it a B, maybe a B minus for this one. I wasn't real impressed with it, like Bubba said, but you know what? It was okay. I mean, there were some impressive matches, but a lot of surprises that I didn't expect. But go ahead, Smokin Jim.
Bubba wasn't impressed.
No, he said he was not impressed with it. It was one of the ones he said that was the worst. So
okay,
yeah.
Because I gave it an A. It would have been an A plus. Plus a Tiffy time would have won. Just her being there, man.
Yeah, exactly. What, man. Yeah,
she's getting more and more beautiful as the weeks go, isn't she?
Yeah, and guess who her boyfriend is?
Yeah,
Ludwig Kaiser, who is El Grande Americano now, with his little buddies, Deuce Americano, and the other one I forget, Rollo Americano or something, or Rollo or something.
A lucky man. That's all you can say.
Yeah, he's a lucky dude, man. I don't know what she sees in that man, but we'll see. So But anyway, yeah, Tiffy time. Like I said, Smokin Jim, I have a new respect for her. I didn't expect her to hold on to that belt that long, and I really wasn't expecting a whole lot of that anyway. All right, let's talk about the mess of AEW a little bit here. You got Kenny Omega and the Jurassic Express back together again with Luchasaurus and what's his face? I can't remember his damn name for the life of me. Oh, Jack Perry. So back together again. They teamed up with Omega and ended up losing the match against some members of the Don Callis family. Your thoughts on it? Or no, I'm sorry. It was the the Young Bucks and one of their goons. It was a 6-man tag match, and they lost. And there's some friction now between Omega and Perry. What's your thoughts on all this mess that's going on in AEW right now? You got the Death Riders going after Darby Allin. Darby Allin striking back with some crazy stuff. You got Orange Cassidy back in the fold. You got Samoa Joe going up against Hangman Page. It's just been one thing after another with AEW. What's your thoughts on this?
Well, craziness sells, man. Craziness sells, and when the smoke clears, the Dawn Callis family will be standing tall. So
Yeah, they will. They will. And I'm just wondering what happened to the Hurt Syndicate. You don't see much of them anymore, and so we'll see what goes on with them. It seems like they've been kind of written off the docket a little bit there after they lost their tag team belts. And we'll see from there. Last Friday night on SmackDown, and I forgot to mention Smokin' Jim. Your thoughts on that match with the Street Profits and the Wyatt Six? I'm hearing stories now that WWE now is trying to do what they did with the Usos, with the Street Profits. They broke them up, let them go on individual, see how it works out individual careers. Do you think that's the right move for the WWE with the Street Profits? Go ahead.
Say that again, brother.
I said the Street Profits last week fought the Wyatt Six again for the tag team belts on last Friday night. Okay. Now, there's a rumor going around that the WWE had to eat it with the Uso experiment, where they were having separate matches. Jimmy and Jay are their separate companies. Jay was doing his own thing. Jimmy was doing his own thing. It didn't work. So now the stories I'm hearing now is that they're going to do the same thing. They're going to break up the Street Profits and have them do that. Do you think that's a right move for the WWE, or do you think the WWE is trying to save their butts from having egg on their face from the Uso experiment?
Well, it's disappointing to see if that tag team comes to the end, but I think they're going to build up with the bloodline going against because that bloodline, man.
You mean Sokoa's gang?
Yeah,
oh, man.
His gang
Tama Tonga's back. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
there.
man. So the Wyatt Six and the bloodline.
Oh,
man, like
did
they're
you
on
see?
a collision course.
Did you see the Wyatt Six just stood there and looked at them like
Yeah.
we're not intimidated?
Yeah, and they were outnumbered too. They were outnumbered.
But you know what though? Eric Rowan can beat up about 5 guys. I mean, that guy. You know what I mean? I've seen him wrestle all across the country, and let me tell you something. That guy can really do it. But where's Uncle Howdy is my question. And also, will the Wyatt Six add another member? They're going to have to if they're going to go up against this Sokoa group here. So because now they're starting to get vicious. They're running all over the place, beating everybody up. And of course, Nick Aldis, just like Adam Pearce, losing control of their shows and things like that. So, it goes on every week. And but that's what's going on right now. But anyway, let's get started here. Again, let's go back to AEW. Your thoughts on some of these things going on right now? I know you said crazy sells, but what do you think about Orange Cassidy coming back? Samoa Joe versus Hangman Page. That's going to be an interesting match right there. These are two guys who respect each other, have worked with each other in the past on the heel or on the babyface side, and now they're going against each other. I think this is going to be a big explosion of a match. What do you think?
Again, I got to tend to agree with you. It's going to be huge, brother.
Yeah, and you know what, too, Smokin' Jim, Samoa Joe's in his upper 40s right now. I think he's 50 years old, and he needs to really get a title before he wraps up his career. And he's come up short every time. So injuries have contributed to that. I don't know what his conditioning thing is, but I do know he's had a lot of injuries over the years. You saw it in the WWE, and with AEW, he's had some injuries as well. And but we'll see going forward what happens in that match as well. And we'll see what happens with FTR and the fighting with Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. There's now some arguments out there now. Adam Copeland has quit. He quit AEW. I don't know what happened. No one seems to know what happened there. Now there's rumors that Triple H is getting phone calls and emails from fans all across the country to sign back Adam Copeland and have him do his edge thing. But here's the problem I have with this. Beth Copeland has just shown up at AEW, and it wouldn't be fair that she just shows up here now and trying to get her career resurrected there. But then he goes back to the WWE. I just don't see that happening. But there's a heap of rumors going around now, Smoking Jim, about Adam Copeland, Edge, going back to the WWE. He quit. He walked out. He said, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I don't know what happened. No one seems to know. He just walked out. The rumors I'm hearing, as I said, they're just rumors right now, that his contract's up real soon and he's about to go back to the WWE. And I just can't. I don't know. Why would you go back to something that you were doing real well in AEW? The momentum was there, Smoking Jim, and then all of a sudden now you want to go back to the WWE. To me, it doesn't make any sense. What do you think?
Well, you just don't. You never know, man. You know, life is about the decisions that you make, and you don't know what path the good Lord has put them on, and what direction they're leading. It may not make sense to us, and he may do it, and it makes no sense, and that's the wrong move. But we just don't know till it happens, man. The guy's been great his whole career. He's getting up there in age. He's still an effective wrestler, and you know, just who knows, man.
He's popular. He puts butts in the seats.
Yeah,
I mean,
yes,
he's
yes,
just that's just the way it is with him. So I mean, and all right, we're gonna get ready to wrap things up here real soon. But don't forget the Pros of Wrestling, as I mentioned earlier. They have an event coming up November 8th at the Ross Township PA Rec Center. Saturday, November 8th, 7:30 p.m. Check their website for ticket information. The Pros of Wrestling. There's also a QR code, as you see here. Check out their Facebook page. There's a QR code right there that you can get, and tickets are very inexpensive. Independent wrestling is the thing nowadays. It's very inexpensive, very interactive. It's a very good experience to go to some of these events as well. And don't forget about the Pride and the Glory event coming up as well. And also don't forget about the Heritage Harvest October. Well, I'm sorry, that was last week. The Gallows and Anderson were at that event last week. But right now, and then KSWA, don't forget to go on their website, check out their stuff, their Facebook page as well. They have more events coming up. And I believe one of them I know is at the Langley Hall, or the Langley VFW, the Langley Post in Sheridan, Pennsylvania, right outside of Pittsburgh there in the Sheridan neighborhood of the city of Pittsburgh. And so lock your car up. So there you go. So Smoking Jim, any final thoughts before we wrap it up here?
Well, I tell you what, man, like we always say, this is a great time to be a wrestling fan, man.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
you
is.
know, just Netflix is taking this thing to a whole nother level, man.
With all their sporting events. And if the NFL starts going on Netflix is going to start being the king of this stuff. They're going to take over. I mean, it's just that's the way it is. And you got WWE now on ESPN app. You got ESPN now getting involved. So I mean, Peacock's loss. But anyway, don't forget tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. The Way I See It, Ralph's Opinion Show on the on our regular social media networks. Lots to talk about tomorrow night, including Pennsylvania still doesn't have a state budget. On The Way I See It, Ralph's Opinion. We'll talk about the government shutdown, the good, the bad, and the ugly of President Trump. And we have a whole lot more topics to talk about as well, soon to be syndicated across the United States. My radio agent's working on that. And we got some other entities that are looking to put that Ralph's Opinion Show, The Way I See It, on syndicated across the country. Don't forget Saturday, the triple header of Ralph. It's the starts off 8 a.m. with the Ralph Williams, Tony Moreno Show on AM 1250, The Answer 92.5 on the FM dial. 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., the Ralph Williams, Tony Moreno Show. And some good news for those of you who listen to the show and followers of RW Media Productions. Starting Sunday, October 26th, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., the Sunday edition of the Ralph Williams, Tony Moreno Show will be on both Saturday and Sunday. We're taking over both slots, and we're going to blow away the Big K on the weekends in the ratings. All right. And then at 10 a.m., Don't forget about the college football show. And I want to apologize. We didn't have a show this week, but we did do something of that nature on the college football show. Don't forget about that. That is on Saturday, 10 a.m., YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, X, and the Kick platforms. And check out the schedule here of all RW Media Production shows. Don't forget to tune in Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Saturdays. All RW Media Production shows. We're all on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, X, and the Kick platforms, Huddle Sports Network, and also on the radio at AM 1250, The Answer 92.5 on the FM dial, and soon to be on 620 KHB as soon as we work the details out with my radio agent. The Ralph Williams, Tony Moreno show will be on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday as soon as we work the details out with them. So that's going to happen. And then don't forget, 2 o'clock p.m. in the afternoon, Smokin Jim and I, along with Claudia Rosano and Luther Dupree, the Sports Corner radio show, 1250 a.m., The Answer 92.5 on the FM dial. Great sports talk, a great bunch of guys, great people, great show all across the board. Don't forget 1250 The Answer, pgh.com as well to listen to the show as well. Smokin Jim, final thoughts before we wrap it up.
Another slam dunk from you, brother.
Yes, it is. Another slam dunk show. We covered just about everything we could cover or needed to cover. And we'll be back next week at 5 o'clock right here on our social media platforms. For Smokin Jim Frazier, I'm Ralph Williams. Have yourself a great one, and please, by all means, be